In this video, I'm going to go over safety required for the RBC SMART Watershed backpacks. You will be collecting water samples and be in close proximity to water when conducting your measurements, so it's important to know about water safety. Always stand a safe distance from the water when taking your water sample. Check the terrain and make sure you have a good footing, and if you ever fell into deep water, don't panic. Float on your back with your feet facing downstream until you are in an area with less current and can safely stand. Be sure to always check weather forecasts and flood forecast information before heading out with your backpack. If you are out and hear thunder, go indoors. If for some reason you are not able to, seek shelter in a low area under a thick growth of small trees. But it is very important to check the weather forecast for your area before going to conduct your research so you can properly prepare for the weather. Another example would be if you're very hot in the sun. Take breaks and make sure you have a hat and water. For more information about flood warning, forecasting, prevention, and protection, please visit the CLOCA website. Here you can find useful tools such as the real-time rainfall monitoring tool and floodplain mapping tool. You can also subscribe to receive CLOCA flood messages. On this slide, you can see screenshots of the CLOCA website. Simply go to the Watershed Management tab, and here you can choose the flood protection or flood forecast pages. Here are the possible messages you can see when checking the flood warning. When conditions are normal, it is safe for you to gather your water sample and conduct testing. If conditions are not normal, you could be at risk and should wait until conditions are safer. High flows and unsafe banks are a risk to your safety, and you should not be collecting samples. Same if there is a flood risk. Always check and follow the guidelines provided. For more information, check the CLOCA website and follow the CLOCA Twitter for updates. In the event of a flooding emergency, please contact your local municipality. These are the most common hazardous plants in the area. These plants can cause health issues for people and pets ranging from minor skin irritation to blistering and severe burns. Giant hogweed, wild parsnip, and cow parsnip all have a dangerous sap that can cause severe burns when exposed to sunlight. Do not touch these plants if seen or are unsure. Some look-alike plants can also cause irritation, so it's best practice to avoid all of these species if seen. Others to avoid include poison ivy, stinging nettle, and Canadian wood nettle. Nettles have hairs on their leaves that can cause a burning sensation, so be sure to wear long pants and sleeves to protect yourself in any forested area. Poison ivy is a bright green in the summer and more reddish bronzy green in the spring and fall. Poison ivy is in a leaflet of 3. If seen, avoid. Any contact with plants require washing the area with cool water and soap, and of course to leave the area and seek medical attention. Another hazard you may encounter are ticks. Ticks are capable of transmitting a number of diseases, including Lyme disease. Ticks are commonly found in woodlands, tall grass, bushes, and thrive in wet environments. Symptoms usually occur within 1 to 2 weeks, but also as soon as 3 days or as long as months. Early symptoms may include fever, headache, muscle and joint pain, fatigue, swollen glands, and a bull ring rash. If symptoms appear or you find a tick engorged in your skin, see your doctor. It is important to protect yourself by wearing light-colored clothing. This way ticks are easier to see if on you. Wear long sleeves and pants, tuck your pants into your socks, and wear closed-toe shoes. You can also use bug spray as a preventative measure. Make sure to do full-body checks for any ticks on your body. You can also shower soon after being outdoors to wash off any ticks that aren't attached yet. If you find a tick on you, remove it as fast as possible with fine-tipped tweezers by grasping the tick as close to your skin as possible. Do not try and squeeze the tick out. For more information, check out the Lyme disease information page on ontario.ca. Always make sure to at least work in pairs or have a buddy system. Never be alone at the hubs conducting your research. If you see something that is unsafe, leave the area. Never put yourself into a dangerous situation. If you are in a life-threatening situation, always call 911. This is the volunteer waiver that will need to be signed by participants of the program. You must read the terms and conditions before signing the document. If you are under the age of 18, you must have a consenting parent or legal guardian to approve it as well. Once your form is completed, return to the librarian so you can begin sampling. This is an incident report. If an accident happens while you are conducting research with a backpack, you must fill out one of these forms and be sure to return it to the librarian as soon as possible. The form will then be sent to CLOCA within 24 hours of the accident occurring. In this report, you are required to fill out the details of where the accident occurred, what happened, where you were injured, what equipment was involved, and more. When at a hub, it is good practice to know your best route to the hospital as a preventative measure. This is an observation form. This is the form volunteers are to fill out if they observe something at a conservation area. For example, a fallen tree on a path or a damaged property. It is important for CLOCA staff to communicate with visitors to these areas in order to ensure a positive experience and discover any hazards. Any identified hazards will be dealt with in order of severity. Emergency contact information is also posted at all our conservation sites. If you are filling out this form, it is required that you know the conservation area that you are in and the approximate location of the observation. You then can list your observations and return it to the library in which you got your backpack. When you visit the various parks and conservation areas, never be disrespectful to the wildlife. These spaces are very important, so always make sure to clean up after yourself and do not leave any garbage such as the used paper towel from your backpack behind. For more information, here are the websites that I was talking about today, as well as a website that you can check your local weather. Be sure to read all of the information included in your backpack as well. Thank you for watching the Smart Watershed Backpack Safety video. Have fun and stay safe while conducting your scientific research.